Hi there. Hi again. Welcome back to Mike's Toy Chest, where Mike talks about toys and maybe about chests. So let's dig in. This is my third video, as you can see by the number 3 right here, because I'm going in order, I suppose, of the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch figures. This is the Sandtrooper, as he appears in the film Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope. Uh, Sand Trooper, because there's sand on him and he is on a desert planet. And that's pretty. I mean, he's just a stormtrooper. I have a feeling that Sand Trooper might be sort of a derogatory term that you're not supposed to say. Maybe it's their word, and you keep it that way. Anyways, so this is a pretty standard box that we've seen so far. Got a picture of Sand Trooper at the front. He's got a bunch of accessories, which is great. You can see inside right there. On the back, it says Star Wars 03 Sand Trooper. And the inscription, I will read it to you, as I always do. Imperial Sand Troopers fall prey to a Jedi mind trick that makes them ignore the two droids they are searching for. And the quote is, "These aren't the droids we're looking for." Pretty standard stuff. And then there's a little outline scene here that's the sand troopers, stormtroopers, and C-3PO and Luke and Obi-Wan doing that famous "These aren't the droids you're looking for" scene. All right, well that's enough talk there. Let's go ahead and take him out of the package. Okay, here we are. This is Sand Trooper out of the package. Uh, I mean, he's a stormtrooper, so what's not to like about him? Stormtroopers are they're pretty popular. I mean, they're definitely cool looking guys. They're sort of a faceless trooper, and as such, sometimes these types of figures are really hard to find because people buy not just one of them like they would like a Luke Skywalker, but they buy as many as they can, which is kind of annoying when you just want to find one for your collection and not build an entire army out of them. So he comes with his backpack here. Do a little once around here. He's got a pretty good. It's like a proton pack from Ghostbusters, but not quite. It's definitely screen accurate, which is pretty cool. He's got a little thing that comes up over the back. This is actually attached to the back. This is probably removable if you take off his head, but you know what? I'm not going to do that. And his belt is actually removable, but again, I'm not going to do that. When I was a child, I had a propensity for losing belts because I'd like to take them off, and you never find them again. Mine, because of the way I've had him standing, his leg here is a little bent. It's because he's had a lot of weight on him, I guess. But you know what? It's fine. It looks fine. So he comes with a couple different guns, as a stormtrooper should. After the backpack, you can see he's sporting his first gun here. This is the E11. It's a standard blaster that pretty much every stormtrooper carries. I don't usually have him carry this. I usually keep it in the package because you only have so much room. Um, it's a good. I mean, it's pretty basic. It's just molded plastic, no paint applications, but pretty nice. I mean, it's a standard blaster that every stormtrooper should have. Next on the list, we have a larger rifle that he comes with, and I'll be honest with you, I actually remember the name of this gun because I had a electronic version of it because I just I'm a nerd. Well, I have no idea what this gun is, and one of the downsides to Star Wars Black Series is there's absolutely no information on the box. So you're either a big enough nerd to know what kind of gun this is, or you're not. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to look it up. Anyway, he comes with a larger rifle if you want it to. Unfortunately, it's got actually some paint apps to make it look a little weathered. So it's got some like weathering sort of silver on here. But none of this stuff moves, which is kind of a bummer. So yeah, so this is the longer rifle the stormtrooper can carry, and then we have one more weapon to go. So here we have his last gun. This one's a little harder to pose because it's thicker than he can really hold, but if you can kind of finagle it to get some pretty cool poses. It's pretty cool. It comes with a strap. It definitely has some paint apps for the wires and the stock here. So it's just like a heavier, and the stock and the barrel. What I meant to say. It's definitely it's a heftier looking gun, which is the one I usually have this guy carrying because I have a couple different kinds of stormtroopers, and they all tend to. I just like have him unique, and I think he's the only one that really comes with this gun. There's a different Sandtrooper with a black pauldron, which I guess I'll cover later, but he's pretty much the same figure. Um, but yeah, I really like the way this looks. I usually have it kind of slung over his shoulder a little bit. So let's get into the figure itself here. He's pretty standard. We've gone over articulation so far. His head absolutely moves. I do kind of want to go over just his deco here. You can see he's dirty. He's a dirty boy. So dirty. Lots of discoloration, and that came that way on the bottom here, just to kind of make him look like he's been out in the desert, I suppose. Uh, he hasn't been cleaning his armor because he's had a hard day of working, which I really like. His pauldron here has creases in it to make it look like it's actually pinned down, which is pretty cool. Um, he's got little pockets here that are molded into his belt, and that's all. I mean, it's pretty neat. I like the Stormtrooper. The head's got a lot of good paint apps on it, just the different vents and stuff. So definitely a good job. It's a close second to Darth Maul. I feel like. I mean, I'm sure there's some people out there that would say it's first. I think Darth Maul is so cool. He's the only cool thing about Episode One. Anyway, Stormtrooper is awesome. So articulation, real quick, little hampered by his armor here. He does go up and down, and he does have an upper bicep swivel, like pretty much all of them have had so far. His elbow does move, like so. His hands swivel, like so. And he does have wrist movement. I don't know. See, that one moves just fine. So his wrist does move, which is super nice. He does have a standard diaphragm to give him sort of a hunched forward pose, and also he can get some articulation. He has, again, his armor does sort of hinder how far forward his legs can move. Forward doesn't really move back at all because of his butt armor here. The top of the leg does swivel. Yes, it does. That one's just kind of frozen for some reason, and I don't want to break it, so we're going to leave it like that. His legs do have a double hinged knee, like pretty much all of them have had so far, and that's pretty standard. He does have the same leg, the ankle tilt forward, back, and then the that rocker right there. So you're gonna get some pretty wide stances, and this backpack likes to come off for just like no reason. All right. Well, and with that, that concludes my review of the Sand Trooper. Definitely, I would say he's a must get if you are into Star Wars, especially if you want to do troop building. Although he might be a little hard to find right now because Wave One has been. I mean, it came out in 2013, so it's been a little while. But maybe you can find him online, eBay, places like that. Definitely give this guy a solid 8 out of 10. He comes with lots of accessories, lots of different guns to hold. He looks great. Uh, Kind of a. I think the first wave was a little bit of a weird choice from what they have so far. You have a character from Episode One. You've got Luke Skywalker in his X-wing, which is, I mean, he isn't in it all that much. He's in other outfits a lot more. A sand trooper instead of a stormtrooper. So weird choice, but you know what? It's good. It definitely looks good. Um, he's a solid figure. So if you're into collecting 6-inch figures, which I've kind of been more into rather than the little 3.5-inch figure, 3 3/4 inch figures, this guy is a must get. Definitely worth picking up. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.